Hello everyone, happy new year. How are you doing? I've missed you guys. I've so much missed you. Welcome to 2022. I'm so excited to start my year talking to you all. Of course, my name is Olarunke Thaddeus and you are welcome to the new episode, the first episode this year of Fertility Talk with me. Okay, I basically will be discussing surrogacy to start this year. I wanted to know more on surrogacy, and the topic itself is preparing for surrogacy journey as an intending parent. So we'll be talking about surrogacy and what to expect, what you can do, and all that. Okay, so what is surrogacy to start with? Surrogacy is when another woman helps you to carry your pregnancy. Okay, usually we practice gestational surrogacy. Gestational surrogacy is a surrogacy where your eggs or a donor egg are fertilized with your partner's sperm or a donor's sperm. So technically speaking, the surrogate mother is not genetically related to the baby, okay? So she's just a carrier. Her womb, okay, was just prepared for the process, okay? So we practice gestational surrogacy. Of course, there are a second type of surrogacy, which is the traditional surrogacy, where our eggs, the surrogate mother is genetically related to the baby. Our eggs were used to generate the embryos, or or IUI was done, or probably had sex, whichever one. But we don't practice that. Our focus is on gestational surrogacy. So once you make up your mind to do surrogacy, the first thing is choosing a surrogate mother. Choosing a surrogate mother when you have already made up your mind to start surrogacy journey is a very, very tedious procedure. That aspect of selection, is tedious. It's far more than having a woman that has a womb or that has given birth before. Fine, the first thing to do is looking inward to search. Maybe you can get a surrogate mother from a family member and all that. But even at that, you don't want a situation whereby somebody later in future will be telling stories, okay, for your children, or you'll be hearing stories and, you might not like it at the end of the day. So I personally would usually advise, okay, that you use an agency when you're selecting a surrogate mother. So either you're getting the surrogate mother from a family member or you're using an agency. The truth remains that your involvement is going to be limited. You will need to be psychologically ready ahead for this journey. You need to be emotionally ready also, because there is a pregnancy somewhere and you are not the one getting pregnant. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of psychological involvement. You need to be settled psychologically to do this. Usually you will be involved at the beginning of the process. That is if your eggs and your partner's sperm will be used. So you will be involved, and your involvement, your physical involvement actually stop at that end, okay? Because once your eggs are taken out and fertilized with your partner's sperm, then the embryos are already in the lab, and the person to get the embryo is not you now. It's going to be the surrogate mother. So your physical involvement will stop at that point. Either you're using your egg or whether you're providing your sperm, whichever way it is, it stops at that point where fertilization takes place, okay, where the eggs are retrieved or whether you produce your sperm. Do you understand? So usually the involvement is not too much, it's limited, okay, especially in this part of the world, Africa, okay. In abroad, yes, you could get involved from beginning to the end. Some places would even suggest you following the surrogate mother to the hospital at each point in time. But surrogacy practice in Nigeria, in Africa, is different. That is the truth. So because you don't want to get involved too much, and you don't want too much familiarity. Also, you're careful about your personality. You're careful about so many things. I will definitely get to that, okay? So your involvement will stop at that point, okay? Still talking about getting a surrogate mother and why you should use an agency, okay? Like I said earlier on, selecting a surrogate mother is far more than having someone that has gotten pregnant before, okay? So you want to select someone that is free from infection. You want to select someone that does not smoke. You want to select someone that will not be carrying your pregnancy to the party. You want to select someone that is highly responsible, okay? You want to select someone that is psychologically sound as well, okay? So all these, an agency will go extra mile to ensure that all these things are in place before pairing you up with any surrogate mother. So usually it is not an easy selection, okay? So you should actually get an agency involved in selecting your surrogate mother. Okay, I've had few instances where an intending parent was paired 6 times. You know, she was not using an hospital. She was using she was not using an agency. She was using an hospital. So she was paired 6 times, and at each point in time, drugs were being used, meaning that she spent money on 6 good surrogate mother, you know, and still did not achieve her aim. You know, to avoid a situation like that, this is why surrogacy agencies such as Meet Surrogate Mother is here, okay? So another reason why I want you to consider using surrogacy agency like Meet Surrogate Mother is to help you to cross that hurdle. You know, we'll move you to the point where the surrogate mother is ready to go, you know? So you cross that hustle of wasting money on drugs, on evaluating more than 1 surrogate mother, 5, 6 surrogate mother, getting drugs, you know, at the end of the day, nothing to, you know, you're not getting them to that point where they are ready for embryo transfer, you know. So that hurdle, you know, we will help you to sail through the hurdle, okay? And I think that is very, very important to the process, okay? Then another reason why you should use a surrogacy agency such as ours is for management purpose. You know, surrogate mother needs to be thoroughly managed. The process of preparing their womb is tedious. They need to use the drug every day, every single day for womb preparation. So when they missed out on this, you know, it doesn't go well at the end of the day. So to get a surrogate mother that has passed that hustle of womb preparation, a proper management has to be in place. Here we have a very good structure, and we know how to manage our surrogate mother to get the best out of them. You know, they are integrated into the whole process from the start, you know, with series of lectures and, you know, training. You know, we don't just pick them and start the process, okay? So you need an agency with a good structure like us to be able to do your surrogacy program effectively, very well. Also, in terms of management, you don't want a situation whereby you will have an already pregnant surrogate. Yes, there was an intending mother that called me some times ago, not too long ago, and told me that her surrogate was already pregnant before the embryo transfer. Another one called me and said her surrogate had hepatitis, and I was wondering, is it that proper evaluation was not done or whatever? So this is why I would advise you to use a standard agency where things are done properly. You know, I can only vouch for us. Anyway, we take this process very seriously because a lot is involved and the management has to be top-notch. A surrogate mother needs to be managed thoroughly even before she gets pregnant. And when she's now pregnant, she still needs to be thoroughly managed for the first 3 months, most importantly, because she will still need to be on IVF drugs. Pregnancy will still need to be sustained because if she doesn't take her drugs, miscarriages could occur, you know. So you need a proper agency. We have set up this management structure in places that helps our surrogate mother. And I can confidently tell you that Meet Surrogate Mother has one of the best management structure when it comes to surrogacy all over the world. Another reason why I would advise you to go through agency when selecting your surrogate mother is because of legality. Yes, you can say, or you might want to say contract is contract, but my sister, the truth is that contract is not contract. Contracts are built based on past experiences, okay? So an agency, a standard agency that has done plenty surrogacy would have seen it almost all, if not all, you would have seen cases, oh, this happened. Oh, so let's put this in the contract to mitigate against this. Oh, based on this experience, let's put this on the contract to mitigate this. Rather than going through a lawyer that has not even done surrogacy before or has never written surrogacy contracts. Please, I'm not saying you cannot involve your lawyer in your surrogacy process, but at least use the agency lawyer to draft the contract. Then you can now give it to your lawyer to vet, okay? So the legality area of it also is very, very important, okay? Very, very key, okay? So another reason is confidentiality. You need an agency that will protect you, protect your name, protect your interest, okay? And in this particular aspect, your interest is the baby's well-being, very important, very crucial. Even your identity protection is very key in this part of the world. You don't want to have a situation whereby a surrogate mother knows you more than yourself, coming back later to harass you, to extort money from you, or to start blackmailing you later, you know. So you want to cut that stuff off. So as a result of all this, an agency is there to protect you and be in between you and the surrogates, such that your identity is well protected, okay? And such that nobody is actually coming back later in life to say, oh, I did this for you, or, I'm the best mother, I should have this, or I should have that. Do you understand? That is why I recommend that you use agency, a standard agency at that. We are not too many in this part of the Africa. It is me, surrogate mothers and others, okay? So you could talk to us when you want to select your surrogate mother, and be rest assured that we'll be readily available to put you through the process. So moving to another subtopic, that is what to do next. What to do next when surrogate mother is pregnant. Okay, what to do next. You see, the period of 9 months is usually a very, very long period for most intended parents. Some would have sleepless nights, some anxiety. I got calls regularly, paranoid, a lot of, mixed feeling, a lot of concerns. All these are expected because you are not the one carrying the pregnancy. On another section is a surrogate mother carrying your pregnancy for you, okay? So I could understand the anxiety, I could understand the sleepless nights, I could understand all this, okay? But the first thing I think you should do is to assume that you are the one carrying the pregnancy. If you assume you're the one carrying the pregnancy, it will help you emotionally. You will be connected to the pregnancy. You can go around your house holding your tummy. Just assume you're pregnant. And this will put you mainly in the process. Some intended parents might want to wear, pregnancy tummy, just to feel pregnant, that is allowed. I don't see anything wrong in that. I've actually seen one intended parent telling me, now she's blessed, she has a baby. She said during the time she was putting that stuff on, that she was actually feeling pregnant, that she was feeling pregnant all over. Pregnancy has to do with various hormones are being released. All these things has to do with a lot of psychology, So you just have to assume you're pregnant. If you assumed you're pregnant, that would help you through the process of 9 months. And before you know it, that 9 months will become very short. Another thing you could do when your surrogate is pregnant is actually to trust the process. Trust God. Hope for the best. You don't have a choice at that point because the pregnancy is not inside you. But at least the only thing you can ensure is to use a good surrogacy agency that are like our own, like Meet Surrogate Mother, that we have a proper plan, a proper structure in place for management of surrogate mother, okay? So at least you can trust that process. If you're using a standard surrogacy agency, trust the process that your surrogate mother will be fine, okay? You just need to trust the process. Also, you just also need to trust that God will do the best for you. Don't forget that pregnancy is usually a thin line also between life and death. So somebody is at the other hand putting up her life for your baby. Okay, so you just need to trust that process, that that she will do the best. The agency also will do their best, okay, for you. And I can also assure you that here we do our best to manage the surrogate mother, and so that your baby will get the best of care during pregnancy. Okay, so trust the process and put fears aside. Okay, another thing is you can do is to get busy. Get busy during this period of 9 months. Get busy. You could go online, search for baby's name. You could shop every month for your baby, buy neutral colors. If you buy one clothes this month, buy another. Shop for your baby. Use this to while away the time. You could also throw some baby shower. Have a baby shower done. Yes, you are expecting your baby. Let people know you are expecting your baby. So have a baby shower, call family and friends. And, before you know this, time is going, and, you're whiling away that 9-month period without, having to be depressed or filled with anxiety over this. Okay. Another thing I would also advise is that you should be financially ready for this. Surrogacy takes a lot of money. That is the truth. There are known costs which your agency or the hospital will discuss with you. And there could be unknown costs when you're doing this. So you should plan also for the unknown cost. From my experience, unknown costs could be when a surrogate mother falls sick. For instance, if you're the one carrying the pregnancy yourself, you could also fall sick during pregnancy. So just if you assume you are the surrogate mother, anything that happens to a pregnant woman can happen also to a surrogate mother. She can fall sick, she can be admitted. So in and out of the hospital, you should have to prepare for that cost. In this part of the world, Africa, Nigeria in particular, we don't have good insurance policy. Okay, the HMOs only targeted people that are salary earners. Okay, there is no HMO that covers for people that are not salary earners. So because of this, all the expenses will still boil down, will still come to you if a surrogate mother falls sick during pregnancy. Also, you should anticipate that a surrogate mother can be carrying multiple pregnancies. She might have more than one baby. So these are additional expenses for you, especially when a surrogate mother is carrying triplets, for instance, meaning that this would mean that your baby will be delivered preterm, prematurely, and would end up in neonatal intensive care unit. So you should be ready. The way you're planning for the known costs, you should also plan for unknown costs. Yeah, surrogacy is a very wide topic. I would also venture into another part of it maybe in another episode, but with the little I've said today, I hope you understand what surrogacy is all about, why you should use a surrogacy agency, and what to do to while away your time when a surrogate mother is pregnant. Also, don't forget that during the time when your surrogate mother is pregnant, if you want to prepare your breast ahead, you should do that. Okay, usually breast milk does not come naturally. It takes a lot of work. So maybe when your surrogate mother is 4 months, you might decide to visit a doctor who specializes in that aspect, okay, to help you, put you through how to start preparing your breast through for your baby. Okay, you could also, those are also one of the benefits you would enjoy working with Meet Surrogate Mother this year. Okay, so it's been nice to actually deliver this topic to you this year. This is my first video for the year. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of Fertility Talk with Olarunke Thaddeus. For more enquiries, kindly send us a DM or call the number showing on your screen. Don't also forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Instagram at Meet Surrogate Mother. And if you want to book a fertility consultation with us, you can also send us a DM or call the number showing on your screen. Thank you and God bless.